Hello everyone and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons blah blah blah. This is Jack's campaign. It's good old I wrote Jack's D&D Gilmaris instead of writing Jack's D&D Theras. Such an idiot. Who's the dungeon master? Say hello, Jack.
Hello, Jack.
Ha ha ha. And then I am here as always because it's my stream, my channel. It'd be weird if I wasn't here. I'm Ross. Hello. And then we've got Alex and Alex, which won't be confusing at all. Maybe we should just immediately change our names to our character names. I just refer to them as that. Because, yeah. Say hello, Alex.
Hello.
Okay.
Be decisive, be the first Alex.
Yeah, inserting that dominance there.
So yeah, yeah, Alex has claimed Alex won.
Yeah. So Alex A.
Alex A.
Yeah, of course. Matthias. Say hi.
Yeah.
Hello. Okay,
you can change your screen name in the options, by the way. I think it is. Yeah, display name under in the settings.
I accidentally refreshed the page.
On Roll20. So, all right, let me just open my stuff up because I didn't realize you were just gonna crack on and just like pop open your stream straight away. So
Oh well.
I thought I had more than like 30 seconds to.
Just whip it out.
Well, it's not important. We can always edit. I posted Kappa. No one's watching. I'll tell you when someone tunes in, and then you have to worry about being professional.
It's only for you to watch back, really.
Yeah, isn't it? I just want to hear my funny jokes again and again.
Okay.
I'm yet to hear them the first time.
Good
All right,
one.
I'll start then. So, welcome to Theras, a world scarred by war, but recovering. It's been 2 years since the Demon Lord Blackblade was defeated by the newly revived Elder God, Ormagodan. The Demon Lord cut a swathe across the world, laying waste to the kingdoms of the Sylvan Elves, subjugating the Stormwind Kingdom, which I've now renamed to the Avras Kingdom. I'll change that. And sacking the Free Kingdoms. His war machine of Blackthorn military expertise, empowered by demonic might, seemed unstoppable. It reached the southern edge of the Hammer Vale before it was finally stopped by brave heroes who sacrificed themselves to see the Demon Lord defeated. The Hammer Vale did not escape unscathed, however. Though the main army did not get beyond the border of the Vale, many smaller armies and raiding parties did, taking its toll on the land. Trade in the southern regions became unreliable, and military forces were depleted. Led by a greedy and inept king, the area has not recovered these past few years. In fact, many other regions of the Hammer Vale are also suffering due to high taxation and cutbacks on forces normally used to keep peace. Those that remain are largely more concerned with abusing their power and lining their pockets than helping people. As a result, people have turned to adventurers. Adventurers have become the go-to for resolving disputes and solving problems. So that's the world that we're living in right now, in the Hammer Vale, which we've got a nice little map there for you. So to start off with, can everyone make me a Constitution check?
My case.
Ross.
I mean,
Use your words.
this frightens me. I'm worried about what a Constitution check could mean for my character. It's not a saving throw; it's just a check.
No, saving throw. You're right, saving throw. So, Kildris.
Wow.
On your character sheet.
We all fucking suck.
If you just go into your character sheet and click on the Constitution saving throw on your character sheet,
okay.
it should just roll it for you.
Oh, and then it says cool things like con saving throw next to it. Bear with me. I have to do this on my phone as opposed to a computer. So it is. We'll just leave it. We'll have to leave it as 4 until I can put this as a pop out.
Okay, so 4 plus 3 is 7. So, when
Alex rolled twice. It shouldn't
okay,
count.
not plus 3 is it? It's whatever your con is, but so my one is 22. Great. So the character I'm playing. Okay, great. So, Matthias, you wake up. You wake up. You're in a bed, like a makeshift bed, a cot that's been put up on the floor. It's like made of straw. As you sit up, you look around the room. You're in a stone building, by the looks. And in that room there are 3 other beds that have been put down. Yeah, that's the right one, Gildris. Yeah, you see 3 other beds. 2 of the beds, there are unconscious individuals. One is a gnome and the other is a halfling. And next to you is a elf, a sylvan elf by the looks of things, and they seem to be in a similar situation to you. They've just woken up and are looking around like, what the heck is going on?
I immediately look about for my equipment.
All your gear is next to you, next to your cot, folded nicely, and swords next to it and such.
Oh, I switched to use a battle axe.
Okay, cool. Battle axe then.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I try and gather my thoughts, and do I have any knowledge of how I got here?
The last thing you remember was leaving town to do some kind of job or task for someone, but you don't really remember what it was. I mean, maybe you can come up with whatever it was you were doing, but some kind of job that you agreed to do for someone, and then you just remember waking up here.
And what town was it that we left?
The town that you left was Bellwood, which is in the southwestern corner next to the Kilfay Forest in the map.
Okay. I kind of shake myself awake and come to, and just say to the room, "What the hell happened here?" Do I recognize any of the three of them?
No. The wood elf that's woken up next to you says, I don't remember. I think I was hunting something, and then I can't remember. I think I took a hit to the head, and he's like feeling back of his head. He's like, yeah, I got a lump, massive lump here. It hurts like hell. And as he says that, Kildris, you awaken.
So I want to sit upright and push my back as close against the wall as possible and just survey the rest of the room. So apart from the cots, what else is in the room that I'm in?
Well, the building is made of stone. There's a big pillar in the center of the room. The room is about, it's not very big. It's about 10 meters by 10 meters. So you're stuffed in there fairly close together. And then behind you, there's a very tall window, it's quite high off the ground. And it's a very tall, thin window. And then there's a torch that was burning at some point, clearly, but it's now gone out, and it's daytime outside, so there's a bit of light in here.
Okay. I want to I frantically look around to make sure I know where my equipment is, more specifically my ranged weapon.
Yeah, it's all there with you, with the rest of it, as it was for Matthias.
I want to place one hand on it, not on a trigger or anything, just so I'm physically making contact with it, and then ask the rest of the room. What are you guys doing here? What are we doing here?
I have no memory of how I got here. And I kind of swing my legs off the bed and put my feet on the floor.
It's on the floor. It's like this is like a side room or something that's been, straw beds have been put up on the floor.
I want to try to remember what happened before I got into this room.
You're in a similar situation. You were doing, you picked up some kind of job. I'll let Ezedis, you can decide what that is, or if you remember or not. And then you just remember blacking out. You did something and you just woke up here. It's all very hazy.
Are you guys also hunting the mad dog? Because a bounty is mine, and I'll fight you all for it now, if needs be.
When he says the mad dog, does that ring any bells?
Yeah, you probably would have heard some mention of it about town. It's a sort of minor bounty. What is your background again, Matthias?
Urban bounty hunter.
Yeah, so you would have heard about it. You would have heard
I look more intently at Matthias. Do I recognise him from previous competition at all, or are we from different towns? Or
unlikely. So at this point, Roscoe, you wake up as well.
Yeah, he like opens his eyes and then immediately jumps to his feet, grabbing the short swords, which are usually kept close to his sleeping corridor, but I guess they're not. They're not there. Right, we're not dressed in armor, are we? And
No, you're not. You're not armored up. You're in.
we've been
like,
stripped.
clothes. Yeah.
Do I recognise the clothes I'm wearing? And look immediately down at myself.
No, it's just like a plain cloth shirt. Like it's the one you're wearing is like for like a human, so it's like way big on you.
Okay. And then I look around the room, sizing, seeing everyone like up and basically, I imagine sitting quite wearily on their beds and looking at each of the other people. And then I'll also grab my own equipment just to make sure, and then pull back and do exactly what Keldris is doing, where he's got his back against the wall, and I've got my back against the wall. I've got two short swords belted back up around me to tighten the shirt a bit and look around.
Stand up and kind of gesture like with my hands up, like whoa, let's not get hasty here.
What's going on here?
Please don't.
Yeah, what you saying? What's going on here?
Don't.
This is my voice for this character. What's going on? I'm walking here.
Allow me to punch you in the throat to fix your voice back.
What are you talking about? It's how I always talk.
So at this moment, a door to the room opens up.
Oh, sorry, Jack. Sorry to interrupt. Did I see my mount anywhere?
No.
Okay, just checking.
So the door opens and a man walks through. He's not like elderly, but he's like beyond middle age, so like 50s sort of thing. He's got like the silver fox thing going, right? So he walks in with like probably bedding or something. So he walks into the room and he's looking down when he comes in, and he looks up. He's like, "Oh, you've all awoken," and he sees you all like having some kind of Mexican standoff. I didn't realize I picked up so many edgelords. No, no, he's like, so I didn't expect you all to be awake so quickly.
Did you kidnap us, fella?
God, I can't deal with this, Ross.
You'll have to get used to it, buddy.
No, not at all. You were brought here to me. You're in the Church of Sheikah in Bellwood. You were found by various individuals when they were outside of town, and you were brought here to me as you were found unconscious outside of town. Dangerous out there.
Unconscious and wearing different clothes?
No, I feared you were injured, so I removed your armor to ensure that you weren't. Nothing serious.
So we can leave at any time, right, friend?
Of course. But I would maybe ask that you show your gratitude to the church with some form of donation. Not to overburden you, but if you're just going to walk out the door like that, I suppose I should make mention of it.
Gratitude? For all we know, you're the one who got us in here. That'd be a hell of a scam you're running there. You just knock some people out and gratitude. Why not donate? I see your angle, fella.
I assure you, I could not knock any of you out.
I look at him and then look back at
Can I roll insight?
Roscoe and think, yeah, you probably could knock the child out.
You can roll insight if you want to.
Shit, did I not put all my things in?
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Yeah.
Says, well, I suppose if you want to be leaving, you won't be needing the fresh bedding. He says the main exit is just through here. You're just in a side room in the church. He points out, and you can see there's all like pews out behind him. Says you can leave whenever you wish. Although, if you do plan on going on more adventuring, I might recommend that you stick to groups from now on. It's dangerous out there, you know.
I start getting dressed while he's talking.
I'm gonna turn to Keldris, unless he's still talking.
No.
And what do you look like, Keldris?
So I am relatively short, middle-aged for a gnome.
I
Big,
picture like what, 100 or something.
gingerly, yeah, middle of the pack. And I guess I'm wearing human clothes as well, which are like 2 sizes too big for me at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, most likely it would have been like just a shirt for the gnome and the halfling,
Cool
because
dress,
it's probably like enough to cover your decency.
Hey fella, you Keldris?
Who's asking? And I want to tighten my grip on my weapon.
The name's Roscoe. I've heard about you. Bounty hunter, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen you in the circuit. Are you a fellow man of the trade?
Nah, I might be looking to get in it. I'm looking to put together a party to get after the bigger bounties. You know what I'm saying?
Visible dollar signs in my eyes. Really?
Oh my god! Someone get a doctor.
I might be interested in some sort of party. I'm gonna relax a little bit now and start getting dressed into what I came in previously. Do you guys do you remember what happened before you arrived here?
Well, all I remember is I was out in the woods looking for you, fella. I'd heard you were on the hunt for some sort of canine. Mad dog, was it?
Yeah, the mad dog.
But
He's got a princely sum on his head at the moment. Surprised you haven't heard of him. I gestured to the other bounty hunter.
I know of him. I was on his trail too.
I turned.
Frantically writing some kind of stab block for the mad dog.
I turned around
This is where this is going.
with a bit of a smile on my face. I
Fuck
said,
your stories, Jack. We're making our own.
"Wait, I thought the Mad Dog was part of his backstories. That's made up. That's perfect." I turned with a smile on my face to Matthias and say, "Well, fella, you a bounty hunter as well?"
I thought I'd like the accent after a while. I still don't.
Still hate it.
Still not okay.
I can't place it.
It's meant to be New York, you know? New York. That's what I'm trying for.
I see.
I can't do a New York though, so it's in between somewhere in New York and nowhere.
Hybrid New York.
Look, as long as you know who's talking, okay?
No.
It's all that's important. So you don't mix up, you know, my out of character voice and in character voice.
Just nip this in the buds and move on. That'd be ideal.
I just asked you a question.
I know you did.
Okay, I'm just
Let me think.
just in case you got
As you're doing
distracted
this,
by the
guys,
voice.
The wood elf in the room is also getting his gear on, but he hasn't said anything.
Yeah, he's just gonna fuck off.
He immediately takes a revolver to his temple.
Okay, I
Buy
did.
your gun? Yeah, he puts it in his mouth and just bang.
I can't believe I forgot to do my fucking profession. I definitely did my profession. I don't know why they're all on the character sheet. Grumbled.
Yeah, I'm a
what's
bounty hunter. House reply.
Huh. Maybe this god of what's his face? What was this called?
Sheikah.
Sheikah, I was looking up. Maybe this Sheikah's looking over us after all.
Sorry, I can't understand you.
What you mean, fella? Talking common?
I want
You have a
to
very
gesture.
peculiar accent that I can't place.
I don't come from round here.
I want to gesture to the wood elf in the room. What about you, friend? Do you hunt the coin as well?
I definitely hunt the coin, but I tend not to hunt the people. If you know what I'm saying.
What?
No. No, I don't.
Are you asexual, fella?
No. I like to take the coin without necessarily the owners knowing that I've taken it. If you understand. Yeah, he's like winking at you. Like...
Wink, wink, yeah. What could that mean?
The rogue says to the two bounty hunters.
And he's like, you sort of look at him weirdly, and he's like, I'm a thief. I steal shit.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Not got any outstanding bounties on you, do you?
Say as if he'd be like, yes. Yes,
Actually, yeah, I'm worth so much
I
money.
don't know. He's pretty low intelligence. No, not. I've never been caught. Well, that's a lie. I've never been caught by anyone important.
I mean, certainly skills that your trade possess does come in handy now and again.
Exactly. That's why you should take me with you. And he's like proper like getting like up close to you. He's like, yeah, we're friends, right? And he's like tries to put his arm around you. And how do you react to that?
I kind of almost fall over because I'm putting on my my boots at the one of my boots, at the and I'm not very dexterous.
If he wants to put his arm around me, it's going to become like a low touch on the shoulder. Which,
Yeah, he heads for Matthias first.
what do you say, heads for him? This weird hugging man.
I just see him walking with his arms spread. A zombie.
He's just
We've
going.
got 30 seconds and he's already at hugging. I kind of extend a hand and cut off his and try and shake his hand before he gets too close.
He's like, a shaker, cool. And he like shakes your hand and
A shaker.
he's like, he's definitely putting on the act of trying to be cool and not being good at it.
Well, I put a lot of time and effort into getting to this hellhole of the world, hunting the mad dog. So I could use a little help getting over the finish line if you guys are interested. Split the coin 4 ways. What are you saying?
I mean, it'd certainly make the job a lot safer.
Hey, sounds good to me.
It's just as long as we contribute worth 4.
Sorry, I'm still having a difficult time placing
I didn't catch that at all.
Are you from the
I had no
Are
idea.
you from the Hammer Vale?
Yes, I am, fellow. I'm from just the upper class. If I have no issue with us splitting the coin 4 ways, as long as we all contribute equally. And I look at the fella. I forgot his name. What does he introduce himself? The
Oh,
rogue.
The elf fella.
The rogue.
Yeah.
I says, yes, my name is Duranel. Pleasure to meet you.
You can call me Roscoe.
Okay.
Well, I don't suspect this church has anything to do with why we're here, but we should maybe investigate a little bit further before we leave. I don't want them after us if we don't pay homage to their god as we make out of here.
Yeah, a few silver for a good turn is no real price to pay. We may need them in future.
And if they did rescue us, as strange as that story sounds, we might need it again. Who knows what did us in the first time?
I love how you're attempting New York. but
Should
it's
I just
coming-
switch to like Irish or something? Just go
I was
back to
gonna
most
say,
usual.
It comes
Go
off.
to any accent other than what you're doing currently.
Alright, fellas, top of the morning to you. It's no problem at all. I'm an Irish halfling.
It's worse. You
I
made it
can
worse.
believe.
It's not a worse at all.
You're coming
At
off
least-
like a plantation owner, you know, like one of those,
What?
like a feminine plantation owner.
I
You
saw.
know, like,
At least I know that accent. At least when he does Irish, I know Irish. When
Top
he
of the
says
morning to you,
before, I
fellas.
don't know where that is.
We're in a fantasy world. There's fantasy accents all around.
fantasy Irish, of course.
Like Brad Pitt and Snatch.
Unfortunately, I've not seen that movie. Snatch.
And we're back. We're back to the cowboy New York.
Howdy, partners. I don't know where I'm going.
I do declare. Okay, so what you guys want to do then? What's your next course of action?
How much money do I have on me?
You have whatever starting gold you have as an artificer, whatever that is.
Oh shit.
I know that.
Urban Bounty Hunter starts with 20.
Okay, cool.
Beautiful.
20.
I got 1 gold to give as a donation and kind of show it to everyone as that's what I'm putting in. Hold it open in my hand.
Bite it, so it's real, and
Is this you think this is enough for all of us?
That's a generous amount. That's a generous amount.
Yeah, we might need these fellas in the future, and none of us know how how deep this rabbit warren goes of this church. I'm not a fan of the occult. I don't want them behind me if we leave here.
Yep, I go into my pouch and pull out a few silver pieces as well. And no, I'm dressed in my gear. I head out into the main church.
Cool.
Roscoe goes into his pouch and is like, fellas, none of you, whatever accent he is, none of your gold has been stolen? I have none.
Well, that's unfortunate for you, friend.
Yeah.
You guys have all your
It wasn't me this time. I swear it wasn't me this time.
Do you have your money, thief?
Yeah.
I'm like looking. I'm turning over the bed. I'm looking underneath the sheets.
And do you have just your money, thief?
Yes. In my defense, I was unconscious, so I'm good. I'm not that good.
I'm gonna march through to where the priest is.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
out
stick
in
close
the
behind him.
he's out in the main hall of the chapel, and he's just I don't know, sweeping or some shit.
Sweet. Doing priest things.
Yeah, I don't know what priests do. Like,
Sweet.
Fella, where's my dash?
I'm sorry.
Where is my money, man of the cloth?
I don't know. I just took your pack off and left it at the side of your bed. I don't know what could have happened to it.
Can I make an insight roll?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't seem to be lying to you.
Was there anyone at my body before you got there? I don't know what the fuck.
Well, you were brought. I think you were brought in by it was a traveling merchant. He had a wagon and he put you on the back of it.
Traveling merchant.
Yes.
Bet he's long gone now.
Most probably. He may still be in the town square if he set up a market stall there, but I'm not sure what kind of trader he was. So.
Thanks for your assistance, partner.
Well, I'm fetching for some food. Why don't we see if we can see this traveler in the town, resupply, and then I sit down somewhere quiet where I can tell you what I know about the mad dog.
Cool.
Fine by me.
Yeah.
Who's the and I said to the priest, who's the mayor of this town?
Oh, the mayor of this town is named Airwolf Nada.
Sorry, what was the first name there?
What's up?
No, it's just the first name of the mayor sounded familiar.
Airwolf.
From an old folk story I heard about some travelling adventurers.
I heard there's a goblin.
Guys. Inside jokes, not bad. Cool.
You can watch all of it at youtube.com/Theras.
No one's gonna do that.
Yeah.
And the plug, there it is.
No, that's not even my plug. That was Jack's channel.
If you like what you're seeing here, please like and subscribe to
Make sure to click the bell to be reminded.
Join that notification squad.
Smash it.
Smash that like button. Okay, so you guys head out of the chapel and sort of drop money in the collection plate as you go. Then, as you walk outside, you notice there's a lot of like damage to the town. There's a lot of like knocked over fences and stuff, and like a couple of broken windows, stuff like that. It's pretty warm out because it's the middle of summer. You noticed inside the chapel there was a big offering. There's a kind of like a festival this time of year. Not like a festival, but sort of like offerings are made to Sheikah because he's the god of farming in the middle of summer. So,
Was the town like this before?
you don't remember it being that way, no?
Does the damage look recent, or is it like worn over time?
No, it's definitely recent.
Seems a lot happened when we were out.
let's head down to the tavern, see if we can find some information onto what happened to this town. Plus, I've been out for some time. I'm hella thirsty.
As you head through, you notice there's a lot of people like rebuilding stuff. And as you get to the tavern, there's normally like a notice board for people to take various job requests and such in the town. But it's been knocked over and smashed up. So there's two guys like fixing it up and putting it back up.
I want to take a couple of steps towards it if I can and see if I'm looking for any wanted posters or bounty leads on the notice boards.
There's no notices on it because it's they're still rebuilding the sign, so you can't really. There's nothing on it right now.
Nothing to see. Okay.
I asked one of them who's looking after the notices while the board's being repaired.
Well, we'll be done in like an hour or something. So I mean, we're just gonna put all the notices that we found back on there.
Jack hasn't written them up yet.
Where's the, I asked them to point us to where the wandering merchant set up. Where's the heart of the town?
It was. He says he points you down the street. He says, you probably won't find anyone set up there now, though.
What happened,
Is it
fella?
damage?
There was a really bad storm. I'm sad. Did you not notice it? I mean, I don't. You must be out of town, but I would have thought that a storm of that size you'd notice. I mean,
What day is it?
Thursday.
What day do we lads remember, Jack?
Saturday.
What month is it? Okay, same month, right, okay. Huh.
You've been out for like several days, basically, is what you've managed to work out.
6 days. We've been unconscious.
100 years later.
Oh my god!
We didn't ask the year, we're fools!
The Mad Dog is king now. Oh my god!
Yeah, let's get to this. Get to this end.
Yeah, we'll ask him.
Starting to feel hungry
Is the
too.
tavern still serving?
Yes, it is. 'Cause the door is like literally right next to you, so
I'm
the notice board is
always
right at the front of it. So
daytime drinking,
of course, what else is there to do in fantasy settings?
storm damage, religious towns. I'll gesture for everyone to head over to where the tavern is. I'm gonna head to Roscoe and say, looks like we're not gonna catch this merchant just yet.
Well, as long as the tavern fella never got killed in a storm, I can put it on my tab. I hope he'll remember me from before.
So you open the door and walk inside, and it's pretty empty in there. Probably because everyone's busy rebuilding the town, or repairing the various damages that went down. So yeah, I mean the innkeeper looks up. He's like, travelers, and he sort of waits for a second and says, "Oh, I think I recognize you. You were in here a couple of days ago, right?"
6 days to be precise.
Because I suppose it was, yes.
I want to head over to the bar and sit down in front of him and say, "What were we doing in here?" And we were last. It's been so many days, and the drink always stings my memory. So, were you with anyone here when we were in here last?
No, I don't even remember you being. You weren't together, were you? I don't remember any. Like sort of adventuring parties coming through here. I saw you each as individuals. I think. I didn't realize you were together.
We're not together.
It's not serious yet.
We've just met, please!
You guys remember coming to the tavern? Everything that you can remember everything that you did before you left the town.
On
So sorry, just for that, we were in this town before we left and got knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll order 4 flagons of ale, and then gesture at a table nearby for the drinks to come to.
So going right for that again. Is it 2 copper?
Yes, what's that? 8 in
Something
total?
like
Oh, it's 1 copper back in Golden Leaf.
that. He laughs and he says, "Well, unfortunately, there's 2 copper here. But I guess this ale won't taste like piss, so."
I hand him a couple of silver pieces for the day then.
Ah, no problem.
gonna go over to a table that we gestured at and sit with my back as in close as I can, conscious about my height and people being taller and bigger than me. So I want to make sure that I can see as much of the room as possible. And then I'll gesture to you guys to come and sit down next to me.
How tall are you? Should
Um,
probably describe our
like-
characters, huh?
4.5 foot. Like I'm really small.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
And now you're the short one of the party.
Start taking the piss out of him, calling him Shrimpy, and
Standing about 3 feet tall. Halflings, apparently.
you
So,
know, dwarf amongst midgets.
yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, crap. I assumed you were all just human. That's so ignorant of me. I was like, you're all people apart from the elf. He's an elf.
Well, I appear human, but I closer inspect. I'm a 6 foot, hulking guy. But a closer look, you'll see that my ears do come to a slight point.
Okay. And then what's your attire? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing heavy armor, and have a battle axe and shield. My shield has the heraldic sign of 2 crossed axes wrapped in thorns. If you care to recognize.
Is that? Do we recognize that? Is that something?
Is that Ada Wolf?
Make me an history check.
It's Blackthorn in it. Meta game. Hashtag. Oh yeah, damn, my character knows. He's probably alive then, no?
Yeah, I mean, it's the symbol. It was the symbol of the
24.
Blackthorn
I know
royal family.
everything about his life.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, Roscoe, you probably know that it's like an old Blackthorn symbol, right? But Kildris, you would know that it's like that was the original heraldic symbol of the Blackthorn Kingdom. But their royal family line got cut 100 years ago. So like that line is no longer on the throne.
So he was due. His lineage was due to take over the throne, but the lineage has been split then.
Yeah.
So it's
Remember
like
we
a
had
cadet
that campaign
branch.
where Calder ran away.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's the situation that I'm talking about.
That's what happened. Okay, excellent. And then Roscoe, what are you wearing, bud?
I'm in like dark, kind of dark green version and black clothing. I say, got some scale mail over the top of it, and he's got 2 short swords strapped to his back. You can also see that it's what I can only. He seems to be missing a lot of items, which I can only must be on his mount, which is going to come back to him because it's got saddlebags and all this shit on it. Because there's no way you can carry it all. Just saying. Hope it's around here somewhere. But yeah, he's got like a small backpack, but he seems to be really lightly
Equipped for the day.
He's just got like his 2 short swords and no other weapons that you can see.
Yeah, I've got a big ass battle axe. It's quite imposing.
And what about the?
Especially if you're like 6 foot hulking and I'm 4.5 foot. I mean, most stuff is imposing.
I just look up and look up and look up.
I mean, the battle axe is probably a similar size to you two.
I imagine it's bigger than
It's
me.
probably bigger, yeah.
Like half to from the length of the handle.
Oh, you mean just the axe part? Oh shit, did not mean to do that.
No, not the blade part. I mean, I don't know, Alex, whether you have ever played League, but it's like Darius's axe.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, another League person.
Oh no, it's more of a. I'm not skilled enough at the game. I just watch it.
So yeah, but I also carry my large shield. It's like a Roman centurion style shield, like the kind of full body tower shield type. And yeah, as I said, I look human at first glance, but when you now you spend a bit more time with me, you can see my my ears come to a slight point, and I don't really have the appearance of an elf, but there's definitely elf blood in my
So
veins.
we actually have. What are you officially a half elf in the book?
I'm a half elf.
Okay, so we actually have a half elf, an elf, a gnome, and a halfling.
Yes. So,
Yeah, how
As
do
you
you
guys-
look, Keldris, before?
So like I said, 4.5 foot. Got a big ginger beard, long ginger hair that's kind of like pulled back, and I've got engineer artificial goggles holding the hair back. Got a big overcoat on. I've only got leather stud armor underneath it, and then belt with like assortment of tools on it, like hammers and like wrenches and little knick-knack doodads like that, and then a pack as well.
Cool.
So I'm gonna reach into the pack and take out a scroll that I've got and unfurl it onto the table, it being a wanted poster for the Mad Dog.
You just nicked that,
fancy
did you?
shipping. You're sorry. Yeah.
You just saw that on the poster board, just like mine now.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of coin on the line for this. So
Appear
the
at
less competition, the better.
the poster.
as
How
you
much
guys are
coin is on it?
What was it, sorry?
How much money is there for the bounty?
you don't get to decide this bit.
I was gonna say, I improv the Mad Dog thing like 20 minutes ago, so I'm now waiting for Jack to tell me what the poster looks like.
$1 million.
2,000
it's,
platinum.
It's
Nice.
It's a 100 gold on it for the reward. And the guy, his face is like he's got like black, like greasy hair.
Oh, it's an actual person. I thought it was just a man dog.
A
It's a
Mad
person.
Dog?
Yeah.
We're like animal control.
Yeah, that's what I really thought. I was thinking that.
We're searching for a mad dog, a dog with rabies in the streets. No longer adventurers, we're now the RSPCA.
Yeah. Someone's got to do the dirty work.
Yeah. So he's the face guy. He's got like black greasy hair, and it's like his face has been smashed in with like a shovel or something. It's like proper like flat face. Pug dog. You guys are talking. One of the guys that was outside fixing the sign walks in. He's holding a bunch of papers, and he says, "Oh, guys, I just thought if you guys want to look at the notices, the guards just came and dropped by the ones they found with us. So if you want to look at them, feel free. Just give them back before you leave, because we need to put them on the sign." And he drops the pieces of paper with you.
As he comes over, I'm going to hide the obviously stolen previous notice board. Don't worry, friend. We'll give those right back. And like hide it on the inside of my jacket.
Okay.
So yeah, they bring over the papers, I assume?
Yeah, there's about half a dozen there. Some of them are like a bit not really worth your time. They're like, oh, can someone pull my tooth or find my cat, right? But there's 3 on there that are.
How much for that fifth ceiling, Jack? I've always wanted to be a dentist. Dungeons and dentistry, right? Isn't that what this is called?
Pull my tooth. All 4 of us standing around this poor one. We'll get that
With a
tooth
battle
out.
axe, like, hang on, hold still.
Giant rifles and short swords, we'll get that tooth out.
Let's hope I don't miss.
Okay. So there's 3 in there that you look at that are interesting to you. The first is written on like a scrap of paper, like it's not like proper paper. It's like it's been found.
Community notice board thing, yeah.
Says, my daughter is sick with a mysterious illness and neither the local herbalist or sage can help. Please, any adventure of medical skill, help me. Please hurry, I fear for my daughter's life. Places the reward at 75 gold. The second one says, monster hunters needed. A vile beast is roaming the forest and needs to be dealt with. Has so far only killed game, but we are concerned someone will get hurt. Any questions should be brought to Amronel. Reward 150 gold. And then the last piece is like on fine parchment, and it's got like a wax seal on the bottom with a symbol of a pigeon on it.
Oh shit.
And it says, adventurers wanted, must be prepared to get their hands dirty and carry out a job, no questions asked. Large reward on completion. Please seek out Helmond at the Pigeon Guild Sanctuary for more details. Reward 200 gold.
Oh, I've heard some dirty things about that pigeon guild.
Is the Pigeon Guild what I remember it as the post office? But
They're essentially a post office,
the
but
mob post office.
Yeah.
yeah, but they charge
Mob
extortionately high price. Yeah, they charge extortionately high prices, and it's very culty. Like you join the Pigeon Guild and you can't leave, and they're very insular and don't really talk to anyone else outside the Pigeon Guild if they can avoid it. And
Very protective of their monopoly is what I remember.
yes, that's correct.
Willing to
So
do
a mob
quite a
run
lot.
postal service with ties to Scientology.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
Wow, Jack, you just stole from the real world. Come up with something original. Jeez, your pigeon mob mafia is so boring.
Pigeon mafia. It's like, what's that video? It's like all the pigeons looking into the camera during the rap album.
Yeah.
That's the Pigeon Guild right there. I'll copy these into a handout and give it to you guys.
Sweet. So they didn't give us another copy of the Mad Dog one.
No.
I guess they they lost their only copy.
Wonder where that went. Well, and I'm immediately interested into the high gold values on these.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the Mad Dog can roam free for a little bit. Hey, we've got these people of this town need our assistance, and I don't know about you, but I'm more than happy to help them out. If the price is right.
Not sure what I can do for the data, but the other two seem quite good.
I mean, monster hunting isn't really my speciality, but I mean, do either of you know how to track in the wilderness?
It's my forte, friend. Been
Well, it looks like you've got a reason to stick around.
I'm a ranger trained with the what's the army called? The Hammerdown army?
Hammervale?
Hammervale.
Just the army of Hammervale army. It's not really.
Trained in the army.
Yeah, myself as well.
You were
Not as
probably let go when the military cuts came through. To be honest.
Who, me?
Yeah. you
No,
were
I
probably
left.
fired.
You don't remember
Oh
my
yeah,
thing?
you left. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, come on, Jack. 3,000 words, man.
Yeah, but give me 1 sec, guys.
3,000. He didn't read it.
I wrote-
He doesn't
no.
know any of what you wrote.
There we
But
go.
I did, and that's the important thing.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I get my job. But I do.
So
Interesting.
what do you guys want to do?
What
Um,
platoon did you work in?
I served as a knight. I'm not a rank and file. I had my own troops.
What was your campaign ground? Fuck, what's the word for it? Theater.
There's only one.
Really?
Yeah. Outside of Southold, like that's where the army.
Yeah. But remember, I was in like the little military post with the, not backstory.
What was that? Was that the 8th paragraph or the 12th?
I think I don't know. I said summarize it. Read. But I don't think I mentioned that. Yeah.
I spent most of the war that I remember, just outside Samaro.
I'm going to say I've done some work for these fellas in the past and tap the pigeon icon. They're ruthless, but they do pay.
Indeed, I think perhaps we should put this one through his paces with that monster in the forest, see if he's any good as a tracker.
Happy to do any of them in order. Pigeon Guild looks
'Cause, like,
good, but
we're both established bounty hunters, so my logic is that he isn't. He needs to prove himself to us.
Okay. So I guess in that case, that gives the deciding vote to the person that isn't here. So I'm gonna roll a d20.
so we've got what? One vote for the
take away-
Pigeon Guild, one for the Monster Hunter, and I'm happy doing either one.
Yeah. So highs are for Pigeon Guild and lows are for monster hunting. So Pigeon Guild. So then is it
nervously doesn't want
Name.
to be evidenced as how good a tracker he is.
Yeah,
pigeon
Duranel,
guild sounds sick.
Duranel says, he says, well, there's a lot of money to be found at the Pigeon Guild, and I do like money.
Good lord.
Yeah.
And, getting in good with those guys can only mean good things, right, if they pay well. Getting on their
Yes.
good side.
I suppose if we win the contract, then or we do well in this, we might win further contracts.
And it looks like we've got time another one too. Hasn't attacked anyone yet, so.
Yeah, the Mad Dog said he was going to make port in 6 days from now, so we have time to solve these Pigeon Guild and what they want.
Stop
Make
first.
port.
doing that.
I think there's a sea now here, Tom. I think you're gonna have to adjust your map.
There is, to be honest, you do get ports on the rivers, because I said these rivers are to scale.
Yeah,
they're like 10 miles
big,
wide.
Big ones.
So Greenwood most likely has a port.
So, I don't know, do we hand the need notices back, or are we hanging on to these
you
for
normally-
ourselves?
You normally leave it on the board and then come back to whoever. You normally get your reward from whoever the contract giver is, and then they will take it down once they think it's sufficiently dealt with.
Beautiful.
Although
I'm
some
gonna,
people who are less scrupulous will take the job notice down so that they don't have any competition for it.
So
We
we
do,
hand back the daughter is sick and the monster house we did, as well as the other papers, and don't hand back the Pigeon Guild one.
No, if it's if this really is the Pigeon Guild, we should leave the notice up. I don't want them any ill blood with them.
So this is the notice. That's
I mean,
super
the guy-
fancy, right?
Because the Pigeon Guild notice was the only one with a wax seal on it. Like he immediately notices it's not there, and he's like, "You're not going to give the Pigeon Guild one back then?"
Oh, sorry, I must have got muddled up in my stuff, and I hand it back.
Right, cool. He takes it. They're just like putting the like they put the post down and they're just hammering the main board onto the sign, so they're like nearly done. But he's like, "Thanks." He puts like a rock on them, so they don't blow away, and he goes back to hammering.
There you go. I want to put up one for the traveling merchant, but I have no money to offer. No.
Wanted, one travelling merchant may have stolen from me.
Yeah.
Question mark.
Reward the money some of the money that he maybe stole.
It just says reward a grapefruit blowjob in brackets must provide grapefruit.
So, okay, so the Pigeon Guilds, they have a base nearby, or like a headquarters we can head to?
They call their buildings sanctuaries, but they're
Obviously.
just buildings.
I want to head to one of those, the closest one of those that we can, or suggest that's what we head to.
I mean, yep. The Duranel's right there with you. He's all happy to get that mad cash. It's pretty easy to find the Pigeon Guild. You remember seeing it when you were in Wood the first time. It's a very nice kept building. It's clearly of better construction than any other buildings surrounding it. Evident of the Pigeon Guild's massive wealth. You arrive there and there's big double doors. Do you go in? Just go straight in, or?
Yeah. Striding through.
You enter the front doors, and there's pretty much just there's a couple of spaces like along the sides of the walls for people to write. But there's like desks. There's no quills or ink provided. There's just desks. So if you want to write in there, you can. And then there's like a counter at the back where there's a man stood there, and he's wearing like golden brown robes, very fancy, very nice looking. And he's got a little skull cap on, like a large skull cap, and it's got like a little pigeon feather that comes off the top of it. And he's like, good evening. Can I help you?
Yeah, we head by the notice board earlier. We saw there was some sort of issue you guys were having that you wanted some dealt with. You may recognize me. Done a little bit of work for you guys in the past in this area. It's Kildress. I'm going to pause awkwardly and wait for him to not recognize me.
He
That's
looks to his
okay.
right, and he's got like a book there, and he looks in the book, like he's looking at it for like 3 seconds, and he's like, no, I don't know you.
Looking for Helmond.
Ah, uh, what was that, sorry?
Helmond.
Helmond?
The man with
Yes,
the mayonnaise.
that was right. Yeah.
That's on, his name is on the job board.
I was looking at the wrong section of my notes, and I was like, it's not his name, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, it is. Yeah, okay. So he says, yes, that's me. Can I help? And he sort of looks at you up and down. He's like, are you here for the job board request?
Indeed.
I see. And he comes out from behind the counter and goes to the front door and locks it. And he walks over to you and he says, what I ask you to do, I request that you do not mention to anyone else outside of this building. Can I trust your discretion on this matter?
I immediately
Standard
look
terms,
glance at the
commercial.
rogue.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell anyone.
You have our discretion.
Yeah, I'm just nodding in agreement.
Okay. So he says, excellent. There has been a situation that the Pigeon Guild is not happy with. In this town, someone has opened up a rookery. It's another message service. They use ravens of all things to send messages, and we need them removed from this town immediately. We don't really care how you do it, as long as the job gets done. They need to be gone.
Yeah, how's the legal situation in this world, Jack?
It's unlikely any of the guards are going to take a step against the Pigeon Guild, because the Pigeon Guild can pay them off quite easily, and guards are easily bribed.
Okay. As long as you got us back when the guards come knocking.
We would prefer that you.
Or would you want this some more of an accident?
It would be easier if things look like an accident, but getting rid of them is the main priority. If you do that, we don't really care beyond that. We can fix things over with the guards if it comes to it, but we'd rather not. If we can avoid it.
Job sounds good to me.
What information do you have on this rookery?
They opened 2 weeks ago, and as a result of that, business here at the Pigeon Guild in Bellwood has dropped substantially, because they are using an inferior avian assistant to send their messages. They charge less, and thus people go there more.
Do they have other operations in other towns?
I do not know.
Presumably they send the rate. I don't know how this works.
Well, I mean, it could be one headquarters, and then the Raven just goes and comes back to it. I don't think they need to have different branches
Well, I don't know. How do you train ravens to go somewhere?
and then come back.
Yeah, I don't know, because my character does not know anything about aviation, pigeon, postboard, postbox.
Which is convenient because neither do I.
He just says, "A general idea there should probably be more than one building somewhere."
Yeah, probably, yes.
So I'm thinking I just looking, this could be more work for us in the future. So we could be slaying
the
rookeries
swallow is
across
the,
the bowl.
The bird of the future.
Is that an African or European?
The pigeon is the only bird that may be used for messages. End of story.
Oh, apologies.
Do you know where their new headquarters is set up, or do you just know they're operating here discreetly?
The rookery in this town, do you mean?
Yeah.
Would we have seen it already?
Yeah, it's on the other side of town.
It's a big giant blackbird. We walked past it 50 times.
Yes, I'm sure many. It's near where a large group of houses are on the other side of the market. I'm sure if you ask any of the common people over there, they'll be able to point you in the direction of it. They all seem to know where it is.
All right. What sort of timescales do we work towards in this? Sooner the better, or do you have a deadline for it?
Yes, as quickly as possible.
Elman, do you have any oil lamps in the building?
Uh,
Or
Why?
No reason. Respect to you, no less.
He says, yes, possibly out back. Why?
I don't know. I mean, if perhaps a barrel of your spare lamp oil went missing or was stolen,
I do. I would prefer that you deal with this yourselves.
Okay.
Anything that the less that can be tied back from the Pigeon Guild is another less headache for us. So
The giant notice board, you don't think, may have clued someone in. This explicitly says, must not ask any questions. And the rookery burned down a few days later. No connection there.
That's why he asked
I
for
don't see
discretion,
that.
guys.
Yeah, I don't see that very loud.
I don't verbalize my thoughts on this issue.
So when you start suggesting that the place be burned down, Duranel says, well, we could probably just talk to this person and just explain the situation. Pigeon Guild got here first, and he's got to go. We can be nice about it, right?
Do you mean talking
Got
or?
it. I say got it, and I wink at him and tap the side of my nose.
I also wink at him. I say talking and draw half my short sword. Yeah, talking. I get you, Ben.
It's like, okay, sure, whatever works, I guess.
Let's head out then. Let's roll out.
This is excellent. The Pigeon Guild guy, Helmand, he unlocks the door for you. He says, yes, I will be here. I live here, so.
Before he opens the front door, I ask him, perhaps do you have a rear entrance or rear exit that we could leave through?
No. He's very. As soon as you suggest going out back, he's like, no, definitely not.
It'd be a bit suspicious if we came in and then weren't saying leaving.
Then never left.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, but basically, as soon as you suggest going out back or some other way, he's like, definitely, absolutely not, no way. And then he opens the door and then beckons you to leave.
As soon as we walk outside, I loudly shout, "Well, my grandma will hopefully love that gift I've sent for her."
I was just gonna do the same.
3 pigeons carrying a package flying.
Thank you so much for your help, unknown people with me.
I couldn't tell if there was the accent or the food in his mouth, but I understood it was that time.
It was the fid. Om nom nom. He's eating some rations as he's walking.
Our kit's jack that we picked up, they've got all the stuff in it, so we don't need to resupply or anything. We're fully loaded, or are we half empty from when we were knocked out?
No, it's the stuff that you had on your character sheet when you started. So.
Beautiful. No time like the present, boys. It's getting dark. We should head over there and survey the situation out, I think.
Sounds like a plan.
The sooner it's done, the faster we get that money.
Cool.
Hey, Tracker, why don't you lead us there?
Okay, I'll walk towards the giant building that I've clearly seen before. That's the rookery.
No, you want
The rookery
Do you want me
is
to
actually
track my
quite
way
neat.
to a building in a city? That's not... like, looking at you like you've clearly never tracked before, my friend. It's more of an animal thing, but yeah, I say, okay. Just follow the guide, I'm sure they've got signs up saying, get better deals than pigeons here, stuff like
It's
that.
quite a tall building because ravens fly out of it, right?
Yeah,
so,
just follow the fucking ravens.
Got some 50% off sale in the window. Red sticker sale on Raven Post.
Fuck the pigeon guild, we're cheaper. LOL.
Oh god.
So what time of day is it now, Jack?
It's nearly afternoon.
I do see,
Day-ish. It's pretty hot because it's the middle of summer, so.
fellas, just to say, anyone who goes against the pigeon guild and establishes something like this is either an idiot or crazy. Let's hope it's the first.
So we
should
start
be
heading
wary.
towards this rival rookery, and you quickly find it. As I said, it's taller than most of the buildings in this town, and you can see there's there's like people as you approach it, you can see it from quite far away. You can see people coming in and out of it as you walk. So you get outside, and it's not like the Pigeon Guild was pretty much empty when you reached it, and there was no one like going in or whatever. But this place is like every couple of minutes, there's someone goes in or goes out. Like it seems like it's a well-traveled area.
Should we head in under the guise of customers? Don't want to have anything we can pretend we want to post somewhere? Get the lay of the land from the inside?
Post a warning to the next town about a travelling thief.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it might be better for us to go in there under the guise of customers, survey the situation, find out what kind of a threat we're up against before we take them out.
Scout it out, yeah. If we walk in there and there's 5 guards with plate mail and metal magic items, yeah. Guns blazing, maybe not the best idea. Do you have a gun? You have a gun, right?
I have a gun, yeah.
Dude, I know what a gun is. Can I see guns blazing?
Yeah, I mean, firearms are one of those things where they're really, really rare, and they're generally known to be either dwarven or gnomish inventions, and they're very rarely seen in races outside of that, really. They're generally pretty protective. Yeah, they're generally pretty protective of their secrets.
Long metal sticks blazing. Has Alex gone from the Droll Shiny?
Okay.
I don't see your name in Roll. Oh no, it's other Alex. I mean.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, Roll20 does that sometimes, though, doesn't it? So.
Oh, I think it's because I'm on my phone. So when my when my phone locks, it
oh yeah, of course.
Kick me out or something like that when the screen locks. Yeah. So I mean, I've got the gun, but I've got it like on my back under like where my pack is, so it doesn't. The idea is that it doesn't look 21 like it is what it is. It looks kind of like just like a rod or something like that.
10-foot pole or something.
Yeah. So it doesn't look menacing. So as far as like you guys would be aware, you don't know that I've got like.
So we don't see you with any weapon or anything.
No, I've got the hammer, like a war hammer.
Oh yeah.
It's probably been used more towards tinkering than anything else.
Well, kind of looks like it could work as a weapon.
I often tinker with my sledgehammer.
I was thinking more of a claw hammer.
All these delicate, all these delicate knocks, two-handed sledgehammer.
Yes, that's definitely what you need in like watchmaking.
Yeah.
That's what I like at work when we're fixing MacBook motherboards. We're like, hammer is the best tool for this. Absolutely.
Yeah, just bring out the sledgehammer, turn it off and on, and bang, there you go. Easy peasy.
So I'm gonna rip a slice of the. I was gonna say the parchment off. I have parchment on me, so I'm just gonna roll up some parchment, and act as if it's a letter, and then head into the rookery.
Okay.
Thought you were gonna say
as you go to the door, someone like a guy comes out. He's like we'll say he's a elf. He's a city elf. So he's kind of like poor looking. And he walks out and
he's a customer, yeah.
Yeah, probably. He walks out and says, "Oh, sorry," and he sort of looks down at the ground and walks out. You walk inside and there's currently 2 people in there. The setup is almost identical to the Pigeon Guilds with the desks along the side. But here they offer like ink and quill and stuff. So there's 2 people in there writing letters, and there's a man at a desk at the back. He's like an old guy, like a really old guy, like 70 to 80 years old. And he's got like big thick glasses on.
And what about security? Is it just these 3 people?
There's no security in here. It's just 2 customers and then the guy running the place. So you walk in and he's like, "Oh, hello there."
Afternoon, fella.
I haven't seen you around. You're not local, are you?
I look along our group, the halfling, the gnome, the half elf, and the elf, and well spotted.
He's got big glasses on.
We're
Thick glasses.
just passing through. Just wanted to get this letter sent back home to my family. Just wanted to inquire about getting that sorted via the Raven, the Superior Aviation Message Transport Service.
Roscoe just face like thinks he's overdoing them face palms.
Oh, that's not a problem. Where does your family live, friend?
I don't know.
It's Bellwood, isn't it? Keldris,
Exactly,
Bellwood,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, there. Bellwood.
Covering for you, like patting the gnome in the back as he caught it, like I pretend to golf for him. Oh yeah, Bellwood, right? There you go, buddy. Golf out of your system.
Stonewall is known for its very high gnome
Oh, okay.
population, if you're curious.
Stonewall was what
Yeah.
I meant to say, not Bell Hall. I just fucking.
Well, it's
Bellwood.
fucking miles away.
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
it really
yeah.
fly that long? Jeez.
I want to send my raven to this town, please. Yes, okay, no problem. And he says, do you say Stonewall then?
Yeah, I'll say Stonewall. Yeah.
Okay, he says, that's not a problem. We have someone out there willing to receive
Oh, I see.
ravens. He quotes you a price of like a silver or something.
It's a good
And,
fucking
friend,
deal.
this letter is quite urgent that it gets back to my family, even though I couldn't remember where they were. What assurances do I have that it's going to make it there on time? Can I see the operation you've got running back here? See the ravens we've got on offer?
You want to look at the ravens?
Yeah, just have a look at them. I just want to make sure I'm getting the best bird for the job.
Myself, I'm quite interested in the aviation industry. I want to know all about how he started up and expanded.
I see. That's no one's ever asked about that before.
Yeah, I'm really curious
no
whether you
no one's ever had a letter as exciting as this to send.
The ravens, they do fly in a straight line. They don't go they can't really get there any faster or any slower. But I mean, they do fly faster than a pigeon. Pigeons are generally quite fat.
A laden or unladen pigeon?
Well, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they both go. Never mind. So we can send a letter for you if you like. We've been relatively busy this afternoon. I don't know if I would be able to go out back to show you the ravens, but yeah, if you come back later if you really want to.
out back, not up top.
Well, we have to go out back to get go up to the next level. The stairs are out back, is what you're saying.
Ah, I see, fella. See, you saw it's all this aviation industry, so interesting. Didn't know that would be the terminology. So, tell me, what made you start up in such a competitive market? I'm trying to gauge if this guy is crazy or if he's got something.
Give me a persuade roll.
Okay. I'm trying to gauge if he's crazy or if he's got like some sort of muscle behind him that makes him feel safe enough to do it in a world of persuasion. That's good.
17. He says, "Well, I'm not running this operation by myself. There's a group that
You seemed like just an entrepreneurial young man.
there's a group that heard of my of the town's displeasure, the people's displeasure, if you will, with the Pigeon Guild, and they came to me. They knew that I had a history of keeping birds a long time ago, and came to me and offered me this position, and they built this building. And
Oh, so this is just one of many places I've got all across Hammerdon.
I would assume we only
Not the
this place was in-
headquarters or anything.
No, nothing like that. As I said, I'm not really. I'm not in good standing, I suppose. I don't know the other people that run the other rookeries. I don't know how many there are, but I know that I've been told I can send a raven to any town or in the Hammer Vale, and it'll reach its destination.
Oh, no, I just see Hammerdon again.
Sorry.
You're not scared going up against Pigeon Order?
Look at this brave man. He can handle himself. Even though they're terrifying and they attack random people.
my, my, my benefactors are formidable in and of themselves.
Do you think they could give you protection even here? If you don't know where they are? I'd be terrified if I was you. You're a braver man than me by half. Ha, get it. Ha.
He says, not at all. The group that is funding me is much more frightening, in my mind.
That pigeon guard should be worried about themselves. Tell you, do you know if your guild does any takes any quest out to take them? No, I don't actually say that. Wait, let's switch sides, guys. These guys. Raven's number one.
He says, why are you really here? Like, this is not something's not. Why are you really here?
You got me. I'm looking to apply for a job. That's why I was asking. I thought I would do well in the interview to know more about it.
I step a little closer to him and whisper, "The Pigeon Guild are offering money to put you out of business."
Ah, I see. Yes, I was told that this might happen at some point. I was told that should that happen, I can counter offer you up to 150 gold. So I guess 150 gold to instead run the Pigeon Guild out of town. I understand that they're probably going to have more funds than me, but I'm going to have to, I suppose, appeal to your good nature here. The Pigeon Guild charges extortionate prices for no reason other than to line their own pockets, whereas we are here for the good of the people.
You can give us more than that. Let's see, free ravens for life for all of us.
Free ravens.
One silver adds up a lot. I've got to contact my family.
He says, well, you can certainly have free ravens from here. I can promise you that.
He's got to stay in this bumfuck town.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's you. I lean back a little. I'm greatly disappointed by his offer. And
Says, he says he looks up at this point and he says, there are two people in here that write letters. And he says, excuse me, and they look over to you. He says, I'm sorry. There's something has come up with the ravens. Like he's trying to come up with a lie.
We're buying them all.
He says, sorry. I'm very sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to leave. If you come back later, we can send your letters free of charge. I'm sorry for the disruption. And they look at him like, oh, okay. Like they're not really happy about it. But they're like, oh, they're not going to cause a fuss. And they're like, well, you know, free raven. Yeah. So they're like, okay. So they get it up and say, we'll be back later. We'll be back later, old one. And they leave.
Hopefully they don't run off to the Pigeon Guild.
They clearly know each other. Like these customers and the guy who's running the place, whose name you now know is Ildwin, or Aldwin. He says yes. I'll see you later. It's other way around. EA. Yeah. So he says, look, the group that's sponsoring me, it's you may have heard of them. They're the Sapphire Syndicate. You can.
It's mob versus Yakuza all over again.
You can make me a history check. And if you guys have had ties to the underworld, you can take advantage on that roll.
I don't need advantage, motherfucker. Let's get two nat 20s though.
I've got an ear to the ground, so I don't. I have ties to the underground.
Okay. Same for Kildress in that case.
Bear with me. You say history roll?
Nothing.
You say history roll with
Advantage.
If you just roll a history, yeah, and you can take advantage on that, so roll twice, take the highest. Cool. So, Roscoe, you definitely know these guys because of your backstory anyway.
Yeah.
So the Sapphire Syndicate is like a new sort of crime syndicate that's come up in the wake of the fact that there's less guards around, there's less law and order. They're really big on the entertainment ring, so like a lot of stuff like prostitution and gambling and stuff like that. They do a lot of drugs as well. Particularly, they sell a drug called. It's not really. You didn't used to see it around this area very much, but they brought it here. It's called Mordain Vapor, and it's like this very addictive drug, basically. And yeah, they've been known to do protection rackets, but it's generally not something they do very often because they tend not to be run out of towns because combination of guards being inept and the people liking them because they tend to do stuff for the people. Like they go out of their way to be popular with the common people. And as a result,
gambling and prostitution illegal in these parts?
No.
So they're not doing anything below board.
The
then?
drugs are illegal, right?
The drugs are not allowed. The prostitution is like it's one of those drugs. It's one of those things where you should be giving a cut to like the lords and whatever, but they don't.
Tax, yeah.
Yeah, and they should be paying taxes on it, but they don't. It's all very like it's just shady business, really.
It's like the mob. They're more important than their tax evading and all the alcohol they're bringing in.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, I turn immediately, like pull the, or attempt to, a gesture that we should huddle away from Eldrin. Obviously, I can't put my arms around the guys and pull them because I'm 3 foot tall.
Yeah.
Like,
so he tells you that these people backing him, and he's like, if you do this for them, they remember their friends, right?
The Sapphire Syndicate. I know a lot about these guys. They are the new up and coming major players on the field. The Pigeon Guild. I don't think they've got anything on these guys. If we get in with these guys, the whole world's our oyster. And I'm thinking these rookeries, they're sending drugs between cities.
A wild guess. So I can't hopefully it's close to the money.
I like
think
that.
they're sending prostitutes to villages as well.
Yeah, the Ravens, yeah.
Definitely the Raven.
Ravens are stronger than you think, fellas. Don't doubt it.
They're big birds, man.
Well, there's something going on in the Pigeon Guild. Why he was so worried about us looking in the back. So I suggest we go back tonight and deal with the pigeons.
I'm in. I look at the the elf as well.
Let's tell our world that he can relax a little bit, and we'll head back to the pigeon. We can tell the Pigeon Guild that we've taken care of the rookery, but in return we want to maybe know a little bit more about what their secrets are, and if they don't cooperate, then we'll collect on our bounty.
All right, we'll get our story
We can always
straight
tell
on the way
Pigeon
over.
Guild that we've told the Raven guys that, and they're offering us more. Somebody's doing them to up the bounty.
Leverage an offer.
Well, our ruse won't last for long, so I don't have a problem with that either.
Nah, let's gut these pigeon swines.
Durandal says, "I'm not so happy about going back on word, but then again, I want to cross the Sapphire Syndicate even less. So I guess
probably say something about going back in his word where I just like look up as if he's.
Well, look at the service that was provided here. There's a reason why the people are choosing the Raven, the Rookery over the Pigeon Guild.
I look at you as well. Like, sorry, we care about the people's welfare. I don't say that. I just look at him like, yeah, good point, Matthias. Well, let's go see what this guy's got to offer. Eldwin, we might be back. Probably. We might be going back. I wish you guys were closer. Wish you guys were closer to each other for this bartering.
Don't come back with
you
guards.
guys walk out, and like you get like 3 steps away, and you hear the door lock behind you.
Yeah, we heard that.
Well, then as we're leaving, he locks up behind us.
Yeah. He waits until you leave before he comes out behind the counter, and goes for it.
Maybe we should have been more discreet in our plan.
Maybe we'll be back later. Depends if they give us more money.
No, I didn't actually say. I just said that maybe we'll be back later, but we have to come back anyway to get his payment, right?
We should have given that guy a little more reassurance, I think, instead of just like openly talking about leveraging another offer and leaving.
Yeah, that's true. Well, honesty is always the best policy, right? I'm sure he pats the elf on the back because he feels like
We'll
he's
have
the
his
kind of guy.
evidence by the morning. Axe over my shoulder and start walking back towards the Pigeon Guild.
Should we maybe wait a little bit before we go back to the Pigeon Guild, make it more believable that we've done them out of town, or are we going to go back there and try and leverage another offer?
I don't know, I'm going to burn the mother to the ground.
I think we should leverage an offer, then burn them to the ground, just to see what they have, so that we know it's there when we then loot it immediately afterwards.
No, I mean, we go back at night. Anybody that's there, we kill the birds and set the place on fire.
I think once we do this, guys, once we're in with the Sapphire Syndicate, I don't think we can get out of there. So I think anyone who doesn't have the stomach for it should maybe leave this party now. And I'm looking towards the elf.
We all just
Exactly.
turn and look toward the elf.
Well,
The
Sapphire
nonce who's with us.
to, I mean, there's money to be made for a guy like me, you know. So
A guy like you.
he shrugs and he says, I'm happy to go with it.
I
Also,
didn't know
burning
they had
things is fun.
prostitutes for both genders.
That's the spirit.
For the record,
So,
the alignment on this guy is chaotic neutral, so.
I don't think any of us are raping lawful good here, so.
Yeah, so. I just didn't want you to think he was like a lawful good character you were trying to. Because yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so what time of day is it comparatively to getting dark?
I mean, you've got a while. You've only been like half an hour. Told you the time, so.
Well,
Beautiful.
let's wait till tonight.
Sure.
Yeah.
How
Double
late
check
do
and
you
see
want
if
to wait
that
until it's
merchant's
closed?
in town?
Well, we know he sleeps there, right? Hillman said he sleeps there, so the money and stuff should all be there.
Yeah, so we'll go like midnight, like when it's dark.
Yeah.
Can help use our thief here can help get us in.
Sure. You wait until midnight.
I go out.
Oh, where do you wait? Sorry.
Should we just stand in the street like Skyrim?
Just like in a
For like 5 hours?
skulking in a shadowed doorway opposite the Pigeon Guild. Not looking conspicuous. No, put
Flipping
it
a
back
coin.
there.
We just walk up like casually carrying firewood, putting up against the Pigeon Guild door, just like, oh, we're just storing it here, don't you worry, friend.
Just carrying a bottle of cocktail and just throwing it up and down. Like,
We're
Da-da-da.
posting this goods via the pigeons. Yes, let's head to the inn, get some R&R, and then head out there when it's dark.
sure.
At some point during the evening, I go out into the forest and wolf whistle and get my mount. Thanks. With all my gear
You
on
head
it.
outside of town, and when you leave town, your mount runs towards you.
Now you'd
He's
be out
he's
here,
waiting
Trusty.
for you on the outskirts of town.
You're such a smart little cute cat. No, I don't say that. I just looked at it.
I've had an idea I have get an idea while we're walking back towards the.
Okay, that's before then, yeah.
Tavern.
Go ahead.
Let's go
Sure.
and speak to that woman about the creature in the woods, and it gives us a cover, and we can head out to kill it, and we can head out into the forest, and then sneak back into town to deal with the
Okay.
Pigeon Guild, and that
Yeah.
gives us a cover.
We could
story.
even
That's good.
blame the monster for the damage to the pigeon guild. To keep our hands clean.
If no one
Because I
knows
don't
what the
know if
monster
Sapphire
is, we can make up whatever we
No.
want.
Yes.
I don't know.
Most monsters I know of are definitely serial arsonists.
We killed the monster. I hated pigeons most of all.
I know dragons tend to start a lot of fires.
Yeah, if we go out there, it gives us a guise, because if the Sapphire Syndicate don't want to offer us any protection after we do this job, we don't want the guards on our back.
Yeah, that seems very good.
Okay.
It's just
So
good,
so
a smart
waiting,
idea,
we'll go and meet
Matthews.
this woman.
The job request said go to Amranel, which is a male elf name, but I only mentioned that because you've got elves on your squad, so I'm assuming that you know that.
What?
I'll do that.
Squat. Yeah. So let's not wait. Let's go there straight away instead. Otherwise, we'll wait until midnight. And go
Like,
for
we
some
asked
snacks.
someone where Amernil is.
Yeah. Who do you ask a guard or do you ask a person?
The innkeeper.
Sure.
As you
You
say,
ask the
Fred, back to the
innkeeper.
inn. Yeah.
Good shout. The innkeeper says, "Oh yeah, Amranel. Yeah, he's that wood elf guy. Yeah. He lives on the edge of town. It's like a one-story house, like right on the edge of town. If you head towards the northern exit on the big road, he's like right on the edge there. Yeah, he basically gives you directions.
Age
So
of
you head out-
Kelpie Forest then.
What's that? Sorry.
He's on the edge of Kelpie Forest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So you head out there, and you get to the place you've been directed to, and it's like an ordinary house. It's not like a business or anything like that.
Knock on the door.
You just walk into his house.
Knock on the door.
Oh, knock on the door. You just walk in. I was like, oh my god.
I thought you said
on the
knock
door,
down the door. I was like, wow, bold.
and there's
The door's kicked down, it slowly falls, and you're expecting to see a giant of a man standing there as a 3-foot tall halfling, like, yeah!
What you see is the shadow of me in the doorway when the door falls, and then the camera pans ever so slightly, and you can see it's you that's kicking.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. No, we knock on the door. Or I don't knock, someone else knocks. I'm too small to knock at doors.
So you knock on the door, and then he's got one of those slots on the door so he can open it up and see who's knocking. So he opens it up, looks at you, and he says, hello?
Down here, fella!
He closes it and opens a lower down slot on,
Like
on
a,
the
like
door.
a
He's like,
hobbit.
hello?
He's got one for each race of different like
Yeah.
Dragonborn, Orc, Elf.
We're here about the contract.
Ah, right. Yeah. Give me 1 second. He closes it, unlocks. He's clearly got like 2 or 3 locks on the door, and he opens it up and he says, "Come in, come in."
Let's walk in.
Sure. Comes in. He closes the door behind you, locks it again. He doesn't do all the locks up. He just locks like one. And when you walk into this building, you see there's like furs and like other hunting trophies, just like all over the place in the house. Like stuffed elk heads mounted on walls and stuff like that.
Do you
Give
recognize the
me
animals?
I guess it's going to be history check.
This is coming up an awful lot, this history
Yeah.
ability.
Well, yeah, knowing stuff about the world is generally history.
I'm
I don't
just,
know, I
because
think.
you've got such a well-established history, it's a compliment to your
Um,
amazing GM work, Jack.
I'm not going to roll. Should I roll for character I'm playing? I guess I should.
Did he look at the locks as we came in? I guess his eyes were all over that.
Yeah, probably. Right, so I'll roll for Duranel. He's going to get advantage on this one. Unfortunately, he's not particularly smart, but he rolls high enough anyway.
Matthias?
Want we're on a history check?
Yeah.
No, still not enough.
You
So,
know as much as
Roscoe,
me.
you know this is the guy that you're speaking to. It's clearly a Sylvan Elf. He's got like it isn't like a traditional Sylvan Elf, so he's got like
Oh, great! I
The
speak to him in Sylvan.
no, that's the Fae that speaks. So he speaks Elvish.
But he must speak Sylvan. Come on, his name's Sylvan.
But he's got like the traditional tattoos and all this stuff. And yet he's living in civilization and he's stuffing animals and stuff like that, which is a little bit of a weird sort of combination of things. You know, like
Yeah.
normally if you're a traditional Sylvan Elf, you have like quite a lot of respect for nature and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Um,
Luckily, I'm not racist, so I don't make those kind of assumptions about the nature of someone's character.
Yeah,
Basically. No, Huh.
Especially in Kilvay Forest is known for having like a very
So I immediately think of him as an
like,
outcast,
sort
then.
of-
Someone who
Potentially,
doesn't
yeah,
fit
yeah.
in with his normal family.
It says, yeah. So, what did you want to know about this one? He has like a bench for you guys to sit on.
As much information as you've got, friend. We're here to help rid you of that monster.
It says,
Seems like you wouldn't need a lot of help. A gesture to some of his antlers on the wall and stuffed animals, etc.
says, yeah. Well, you'd think that. You guys local? I guess not.
From the Hammervale.
Everyone says that. Why does everyone say that?
Yeah. Yeah. So the Kilfay Forest, I hunt there. As you can probably tell, as he sort of gestures around to all of these trophies and stuff.
I thought those were from the
His,
town.
his room of death, so to speak. And he's like, yeah. The problem is, I've been out there recently, and I've been seeing a lot of torn up animals. You know, I've seen some vicious creatures in my time, like bears and large bears and stuff like that. But I've not seen anything that can just like knock down trees of this size and just like tear stags apart like they're nothing. I've not seen anything like that before.
How large are the trees we're talking here?
Big, like a foot across at least.
I'm just thinking about.
Have you seen this creature?
I haven't. No, I've not. But I've just seen evidence of its passing. I've not seen tracks anything like the ones that it's left behind. But if I had to guess its size, it's probably looking at like larger than a like a grizzly bear sort of size, bigger than that.
What kind of tracks are we talking? Is it bipedal? Is it quadruped? Did we have a cloven foot? A paw?
Definitely quadrupedal, and it's some kind of paw, but not from any creature that I've seen before.
So I'm a ranger, so do I get a roll on guessing from the information he's told me?
From description,
I was thinking, oh, weird.
you can take a check, but take it with disadvantage,
Okay.
just from a description alone.
Nature?
Yes.
Okay, well, nature's no better than history for me because it's intelligence.
Whoa,
Uh,
my hammer spam.
11.
12 and 11. Yeah, you can't really place it just from the description alone, unfortunately.
Maybe with some tracks. Could be a number of things.
He says, as long as it's out there, like I don't want to hunt it out. I can't hunt, right? And I can't make a living if I can't hunt. You know, it's I can afford to pay. I've saved a decent amount of money, so you know, if you can deal with this creature, if it turns out to be like some horrific monster, like way more dangerous than I'm thinking. If it's any more than like I don't even know.
If you
We
can
can negotiate
handle
on the
it,
price
yeah.
if there's a lot of hazard pay involved, is what I'm saying. Oh, and if you could bring back a trophy of your kill, that would be appreciated as well, or some kind of proof that you've dealt with the monster at any rate.
We shall set out tonight.
Excellent.
Where was the last sighting of his recent kill?
He gives you. It's not that far into the Kilfay Forest. It's only like a half mile in, and that was the last place he saw a kill by whatever creature this was.
Did you say this creature killed deer?
More than deer, like stags, like big stags.
Were the stags ever had any blood or anything in their antlers?
No, wouldn't have.
Sneaky, maybe.
There's a lot of the size of its kills ranged quite a lot. As I said, there was a stag out there, but there was also like small stuff like some birds, like vultures and such. Well, some kind of, I guess not vultures,
Yeah,
not the environment. Scavenger birds, basically, some kind of scavenger bird, and foxes, stuff like that.
When you
Carrion.
hunt, what bait do you use?
I don't use bait. I just track the creatures and then shoot them.
Well, let's head out there tonight and see if we can find some clues on this creature's whereabouts.
Excellent.
Any pungent smells? Other than obviously the smell of death. Any scent markers?
The further you go into the forest, the first time that I got caught out there, I tried to investigate what this creature was. I didn't find anything, but it was there's a really strong smell of rotting flesh. Like there was just like whatever this thing is, it's not like eating everything in of its kills. It's like pretty wasteful.
Alright, fella.
Okay.
I'm happy to go out.
Says, well, I wish you the best of luck, friends.
We'll see you here. You'll be here? all night?
I mean, this is my house, so
Well, I guess you're not hunting in a situation like this.
no.
Yeah, we'll head out tonight.
Excellent.
Otherwise, we'll bid you adieu and head back to town.
Good stuff. You walk out the door and he locks it all up again.
Secure fellow.
Yeah. There's definitely like something he's not. Like he's definitely
We're
like,
out-
overly cautious.
Yeah, he's a
We're
fucking
out of
weirdo,
earshot, aren't we?
man.
Yeah.
What was that, sorry?
We're out of earshot of him. Yeah, he's back inside the door.
Yeah, you just
shut,
left his house, yeah.
I imagine he's concerned that the other elves might be after him for his disrespect of their culture. I mind what the guy does for a living, but I'm conscious maybe he thinks they're on his back.
Did you roll for that information? Wasn't that just me who knew about that and the other elf?
Eh,
Oh, I don't know whether I did or not. I did an intelligence check, but I don't think it was high enough to have known that. I apologise. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I go.
I
"Who's
immediately
done
see what he just said.
it's like, damn, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Don't steal
I wish I
that.
was-
It's
wish
a
I
what?
wish I knew that.
But I do say, he's an odd elf. I'd be hiding something. Apart from just, I doubt that any other Sylvan elves like him.
The other Sylvan elf in your party says,
Oh yeah, you're here.
yeah, I mean, yeah, as I said, the Duranel is a Sylvan elf, so you can ask him about it if you want.
Driven out?
I mean, to be honest, if anything, my initial guess is he's been exiled. Like he did something wrong and he's been kicked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not
Probably
from the
hunted.
Kilfay Forest, but those guys are like very traditional. They're very, how should I say, tribal, if you know what I mean. They're a little bit more primitive than the Sylvan elves from Ellison. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, elves usually are. I'm not. I'm not.
While you guys think of your next move, I'm just going to nip to the toilet real quick.
Can we take a 5-minute break?
That sounds fine to me.
Do. Play elevator music. I'm just gonna mute the stream and audio so we can chat in private. Yeah, fuck you guys who are watching One Fear. It's me, Alec. I guess I can just
No
fucking
surprises
pause.
there.